What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Gunfish TV. We are about to go on another fishing adventure today out of the tiny 6-foot bass boat. This is a one-man bass boat. This thing was my dad's. It is a 1974 model bass tracker, 6-foot one-man bass boat. That is what it says on the title. Now, through the years, I've caught a ton of big fish out of this little boat right here. My dad actually ordered this thing from Bass Pro Shops, got it delivered to his house way back when, and it's still a cool little boat, and it's perfect for what I'm about to do, and that's put it in the upper part of the river here where it's really shallow, has a lot of sandbars, so if I need to get out and drag it around, it's no problem whatsoever. I'm actually going to be fishing waters today that are inaccessible by a boat from any ramp around. The river's so low that no boats can get up, so these fish have been unpressured, and I feel like we're going to absolutely smash them. But we're going to throw a little twist in today's video. I don't know if you can see right here, but we have got some bananas. Now, everybody knows that age old, is it a myth or truth? I don't know. We're going to find out today, but I've always believed it, that bananas in the boat make the fishing suck. If you believe that, comment down below and let me know if we're going to catch them because we got bananas, or if we're not going to catch them, because I'm going to eat these suckers while we're fishing because I'm hungry, and we're going to see if it is a truth or a myth. I know I've eaten them before and the fishing has been horrible, so I hope I'm not just giving myself some bad mojo here, but we have got to figure out if it's a truth or a myth. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to get the small tiny 6-foot boat down in the river, which is going to be a little bit of work, but we're going to get it in there and we are going to do some bass fishing. We got the frog, we got the rage bug. That's all we got, frog and Texas rig rage bug. And we're going to see if we can catch them today, because there are some big ones in here. I think we're going to smash them, but the bananas might keep us from doing it. I don't know. Let's get the boat in the water. All right, y'all, we got the boat put in and we are about to get started. I will admit the river is hauling, but it looks like it might be running a little bit harder than it was this morning when I came back here, which I don't love, because that means that rain we got yesterday might potentially be raising the river up, and these bass really don't like fresh water. I'm going to be honest with you, but hopefully that's not the case. But we're going to start off throwing the little popping frog. This is a 7.2 medium heavy Mach 2 rod, loose Super Duty reel, 50-pound P-line braid. We rolling with the braid on the frog always, and I think we're going to crush them. I hope so. I was going to fish a tournament today. That's why I got the small frog tied on. Oh God, got a bite on the first cast. Glad I didn't catch him. Felt like a brim maybe. But if y'all watched my last tournament video, you know when I switched over to the smaller frog that my bites really picked up. So I got that on right now. I mean, these brim are popping this frog like crazy right now. I mean, one popped it as soon as I threw it up there. But we're going to throw this thing around. I got a feeling we're going to get into some big ones for sure. I don't know. We'll find out. Oh, yeah, these, oh my goodness, these brim are being crazy right now. Being crazy. You know, one thing I didn't do on this frog, I just put it on last night. I did not bend the hooks up. I have to bend the hooks up on it. That's essential on any frog, but especially on these little frogs. No matter what brand, just the angle of the hooks are normally not where they need to be. So I'm going to bend the hooks up just a touch. If I can get my pliers out from under here. Come on, big girl. There's a good bite. There's one. There's one. That's a little dude on the rage bug. First fish though, got one. There he is on the rage bug. Thank you, buddy. He was in that lay down log. I came up and he was pulling down on it. I'll take that. First fish. Kick this thing around. So that was the first fish on the swamp water blue rage bug, and wasn't a big one, but I haven't been throwing this thing. I think that was like my third or fourth cast with it, and that's it. And that fish throttled it pretty good, so definitely going to keep throwing this through this deeper section. Once we get into the shallower section where the water's running a little bit harder, we might switch up to the old frog again, but I'm going to keep going with this right now. Keep throwing over that log. There we go. That's a good bite. That's a big fish. That feels like a blackfish. Yep, it's a blackfish. So I've sat here and said that there aren't many bowfin in the rivers anymore, and there aren't. But as soon as I set the hook in that fish, I could feel it rolling. I could feel it rolling. Oh, he come off. What a cool jump. But that was old blackfish, old bowfin. So there's definitely some still in the river. There's some still in here. As soon as I set the hook in him, I could feel him rolling. That's typically what they do a lot of times. When you set the hook in them, you can feel them roll, so you kind of know that you don't have a bass. That was a good bite though. I mean, that fish thumped it and was just swimming off to the side, and I was like, if this isn't an old blackfish, this is a big bass, just by the way he bit it. I mean, he thumped it and was just swimming off with it. See if we can get us a bass to bite like that. All right. We're going to go back to the frog. All right, we should get bit right here too. Could have been a color thing too. Could have been this black. Oh, there's another one. There's another one. Yep. We have, not big ones, but we have figured out what the deal is. Oh, get in here. Oh, that water feels really cool. I mean, that water feels really cool. There we go. Thank you, buddy. That's number two. Number two. I mean, that's 2 casts in a row, y'all. 2 casts in a row. I mean, we have, I think, figured it out. It's crazy how that bigger profile, sometimes that bigger or smaller profile, makes such a difference. Oh my God. Well, I don't know if y'all could see that, but I just gave that bass a major headache, and he come flying to me about 100 miles per hour, but figured that was a good spot, and it was. Little guy. Thank you there, buddy. We just need the biggins. We need the big ones. And that was number 3. Let's back up. That's about a 3-pounder. Definitely the biggest one that I've hooked. There's another one. Must be a group of them up there. That is not the size of what we just lost. I can tell you that. Come here, buddy. Pretty little dude. Got a little scar on the side of him, but that's number 4. Definitely not the size of the fish that we just lost, but that's all right. Might be some fish piled up right here on this bank. One thing I will say is the fish aren't like just absolutely crushing the frog, because I mean, if they were crushing it like they're supposed to, you won't miss them. Like, they would just completely have that thing engulfed, but they're coming up under it more or less just like sucking at it. I mean, kind of like they were the other afternoon in the tournament. Like, even the smaller one, they were not eating it like really good. So definitely has something to do with losing them. If they're not biting it good, you're definitely not gonna get the hook in them good. But also, you know, being in this boat, you're a little bit out of position a lot of times to set the hook, and the bass like to bite it at like the most inopportune times. So that probably plays into things as well, but we're catching some, and we're gonna get a big one. We're gonna get a big one. Oh, I knew I didn't get a good hook in him. I knew I didn't get a good hook in him. That was a good fish, good blow up, and I was completely out of position to set the hook. Now that's a nice one. That is a nice one. I saw that fish move. Yeah, this is a nice fish. We got to kick it in reverse. All right, we're getting into something now. I mean, I had just lost one. The cast before this fish choked it. Come here. There we go. There we go. There we go, y'all. That's a doggone nice one. These fish get way back in these cuts, and you can get that frog in there to them. That is a nice fish. We're gonna let him go. Y'all can see this big lap pile I got right here in front of me. Yes. Well, right now, the bananas aren't bothering us too bad. And I did lose that last pretty good one, the cast before, which kind of sucked, but hey, we're getting in the zone now. I saw that fish move when I cast it up there. I saw the water move, and I was like, ooh, it's about to happen. I don't know if y'all can tell, but this tree just fell. This tree was not here last week when I came. And man, a lot of trash is piled up against it. All right, y'all, so since we just caught a nice fish, we are going to enjoy our first banana, and we're gonna grab a Gatorade out of here. So this is actually kind of not the best spot to be taking a break and eating, because it's a pretty good spot, but I'm gonna get right here in this cut. All right, the good old banana here. pretty good, and I'm hungry too, so. The fishing so far hasn't been phenomenal, but not bad. Lost a big one, a 3-pounder. Caught about a 2 3/4 the very next cast, so I'm gonna say maybe we're getting into things. I don't think the banana's hurting a thing. I don't want to say we've proven it a myth yet, but we might be on our way. Oh, golly. That was a heck of a bite right there. The whole fish come out of the water. Let's see if we can get him to bite again. I think we can. There he is. That's a big one too. Ooh, that is a big one. I don't know how big this. Oh my goodness, it is a big one. Oh my gosh, that is a big one. Oh, we're going the wrong way. Don't get in the treetop. Oh, we just barely got him hooked. Oh God, I just kicked my GoPro off front of the boat. That is not good. Come here. Come here. Come here, big girl. Come here, big girl. Come here, big girl. We got her. Oh my goodness, y'all. I don't know if y'all can see just how barely skin hooked I have that fish, but what an absolute unit of a fish. I kicked this GoPro in. It's saying, oh my goodness, it's saying I don't have a SD card in there. What a bummer. I kicked it on the hook set. That is a doggone tank, y'all. Let's get up here to the bank real quick. We got a little bit of a debacle here with the GoPro. I mean, this is a tank. I just barely had that fish skin hooked. We're gonna take the battery and everything out of there. All right, y'all, so unfortunately, I kicked my front GoPro off, but look at this beast right here. Absolute tank of a fish. I mean, just a beauty. We're gonna let her go. We're gonna let that old girl go right there. I mean, what a nice doggone fish. Absolute unit of a fish. Just a tank. We're gonna let her go. She blew up on that frog. There she goes. Wow, what a fish. What a unit. Now, unfortunately, I got my GoPro going all over the place. I'm sorry about that, but unfortunately I kicked that front GoPro and I broke my mount, so probably not going to be able to run that front GoPro anymore. And I dropped it in the water, so that was a little bit of a mess. So we're going to be running chesty probably from here on out, but pretty good deal. That was a nice doggone bass. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to get back in the boat. Let's catch some more big ones. I think we have proven the banana myth a myth. I mean, I've always kind of, you know, tournament day, I'm probably not going to take bananas with me, but I'm going to say it's a myth. Let's get back in, let's catch some more big ones. All right, so slight series of unfortunate events there. I mean, hopefully the GoPro is okay. Hopefully. If it's not, then that definitely kind of ain't too cool, that's for sure. But I think after it dries out, it'll be okay, I think. But what a nice fish. I mean, absolute tank of a bass. He was a big one. Heck yeah. All right, good deal. This is a really good shoreline. That's another big one. That is another big one. Nope. All right, so they will come up and eat that. And I was looking over here at this log to make sure that I didn't get into this. And we got us another big one. I mean, not a giant, but a 3-pounder. Oh man, he's over 3. He is over 3. What a daggone tank. He crushed it. Now you want to talk about biting it like they're supposed to? Now that fish, I'm about to get the pliers to get it out of this one. I don't know, y'all can, there we go. Here we go. I mean, beauty, an absolute beauty. I said 3 pounds, he's probably 2 3/4. Look at that old eyeball. Man, pretty fish. Here he goes. Now my frog is messed up. It is messed up, y'all. Look at this. And I've had a lot of frogs do this lately. They just make them out of different material. Look at where the nose tore open. What a bummer. All right, let's get another one tied on. Nice fish. I'm back up here to the bank. Got some good stuff right there that I hadn't even hit yet. Let's get retied. All right, so we're gonna ease back up to where we caught that fish, and we're gonna start there and start working our way back down. And I put on a shad colored frog. Doesn't have any yellow in the legs, but hey, I don't know, I did put some black on the belly as I usually do. So we're gonna see if that'll make any difference. But that last fish, that was a doggone nice one. That was a nice old fish. I'm hoping that back GoPro is, or my GoPro, that was my front GoPro. Hopefully that's gonna survive that water and dry out, because man, if not, that's about $350 gone. Oh my God, that fish exploded on it. That's a nice one. I mean, that fish hit it honestly like it was a doggone 8-pounder. Golly, get up in here. That is a pretty one. I mean, he's a doggone solid one. They're set up on these outside bins. Look how chunky that fish is. What a daggone beauty. I mean, at least a 2.5, at least. Man, nice fish. I'm gonna sit right here. I don't want to drift up on there, but whew, that fish, I mean, that's how you want them to bite right there. Come on, get back through there. I'm really surprised that my bait slid all the way up like that. Normally, I mean, this is a new frog. It normally don't slide up like that, but that was a heck of a bite. Oh, there was another one. They're set up. I mean, there's a whole wad of them set up right there. There's another big one. Really nice fish. Not a big one, but a really nice fish. I mean, they have done started now to, when they hit it, they are aggressively smashing it. I mean, they are not playing. Get out of here, away from the bank. Yeah, they are just crushing it. That is a heavy fish. He's a lot heavier than what he actually looks like he is. Pretty one. Get this frog out of them. I mean, because they're absolutely choking it now when they're biting it. I mean, I got to get the pliers for this dude. I mean, you want them to bite it like that's how you want them to eat it. Right there. He got it a little bit in the gills. Hopefully we can get this out without messing him up. There we go. I think we're good. Yep. Perfect. Nice little chunk. Thank you, buddy. Golly, I mean, these fish are just, they're crushing it with authority. They're just not playing. And I mean, I don't even think like color right now, I don't even know if it matters. You know, we got this cloud cover coming in, and one thing that I did fail to mention at the beginning of the video is right now it's 121. They're calling for storms at like 5, so we want to make sure that we're out of here by 5 o'clock. We do not want to be stranded back here on this little 6-foot boat in the middle of nowhere. So we're gonna make sure we're out of here. But there are some storms coming in, and I got a feeling that, you know, when we first got here, the fish were a little bit, you know, not that much in a feeding mood. And I think now with these clouds rolling in and all, I think the fish have just really switched into an aggressive biting mood. They're just absolutely crushing the frog now. I think they've pushed up to the bank. You know, really good quality fish are biting, you know, and the bites are coming very frequently. They're just chomping the frog. And I mean, it don't get no funner than this. You know, you could throw something else. I mean, I'm pretty sure you could. You know, you could probably throw a buzz bait or whatever. But just the thing about the frog is, back here, I used to throw the spinnerbait a lot before the frog was even a thing. And because I could throw that kind of in spots that, you know, you couldn't throw other stuff, you know, so I would throw the spinnerbait and just throw that thing up in a wad of mess, limbs and all. But, you know, when the frog came out, just some of those inaccessible tight spots that you could not throw in, it just opened them up. I mean, it made you be able to put a bait where you really couldn't before, and not worry about getting hung. And that's one of the keys to the frog is, for one, it pulls a lot of bites, pulls big bites, but secondly is just the ability to be able to throw that thing kind of wherever without any real fear of getting, that was a bass, small one, just come up behind it, but without any real fear of like getting hung and having to, or losing your bait and having to go retrieve it out of, you know, some mess you can't even get back there to. You know, the frog kind of changed all that. So we're gonna put a bite right here. I mean, I said put a bite right here. Put a cast right here, I think. Be a good spot for a bite. All right, y'all, we are back in action. I took a little bit of a break. My GoPro overheated because it's hot out here, and drank me a Mountain Dew, and now we're gonna go around the back side of this. We got a good deep hole right here on this side. It's really shallow where we're at. We're not gonna fish down too much further. We don't want to get way down and run into battery issues trying to get back, but the water is ripping and rolling through here, which means there's potential for a big fish. So let's see if we can get one. That's a good one. Get over there. Oh, that is a doggone good one. I mean, I can't get him over the log. Here, maybe I can get him around. Oh yeah, there we go. That's a nice one. I mean, he absolutely choked it. Y'all know in a tournament, you would never catch that fish. There we go. Daggone chunk. We had him good. He absolutely smoked it when he bit it. Probably gonna need the pliers for him too. Good spot, but I mean, there you go. We had been a few minutes without catching one. I mean, not like crazy long, but it had been a little bit. Let's see, where's that hook at? Be very careful with that so we don't mess up his gill. Get out of there. There we go. Dadgum chunk. He's bleeding just a touch. We'll go ahead and let him go. All right. I'll tell you one thing about these new GoPros. They're nice. Like the picture on them, the quality and everything is amazing. But they overheat terrible. Constantly overheat. Like just, it is very aggravating. My older GoPros never ever overheated. But I mean, I will admit the picture quality on these new ones is legit. It is legit, it's clear, so just deal with it, I reckon. But trying to get under the shade right here so it'll maybe won't be so hot, but when the sun is shining directly on the GoPro, it overheats bad. There we go, we're getting up in the shade now. That was cool. I saw that fish come out from behind that log and absolutely crush this thing. That's a nice one. Let's give ourselves a little bit of line here. Nice fish. My stomach is just going to be destroyed with redness from setting the hook. That butt of that rod just hits me right in my stomach when I set the hook. But man, I love it. Golly, that was an awesome frog bite. I don't know, you know, some of these bites where I got my chesty on sitting down like this, it isn't quite like standing up like in a boat, you know. So I don't know how many of these fish y'all are seeing come and blow up, but hopefully some of them, because man, that was an incredible bite. That fish just came out of that lap pile right there and just, man, he exploded on it. Not a giant, but what a cool bite. You know, when you see some of this stuff and those bass come out of those lap piles and stuff to blow up on your frog or grab your bait or whatever, it just makes you realize how fast these fish are. Like, you literally cannot reel any bait fast enough to get it away from him if he wants it. That sucker can swim like 12 miles per hour. We're not reeling anything at 12 miles per hour. So awesome. We're on this shoreline. This is a good shoreline. We're probably gonna fish this one, and then we got one more we're gonna fish, and then we're probably gonna go ahead and get on back. It's not as cloudy as it was. It's pretty dadgum hot. They said it was going to get 87. I think it's about 97, to be honest with you. But oh God, that's a good one. That fish jumped all over it. That was a cool bite. There's another nice one. I'll give myself a little bit of line. There we go. Dadgum nice fish. Get out of there, buddy. There we go. Another nice one. Thank you, bud. Whew. A lot of these fish have like little red sores on the side of them. I don't really understand what that's all about. They're not really sores. They're just like little red dots. I don't know if they're like little parasites or what they are, but that was a good bite. Let's see if we can get us another one. We're still searching for that big one. There's one pretty nice one up there. I mean, they have gotten up in that predictable stuff. It's a nice one. Come here. Get here. There we go. Another one. Another one for the tally that I don't really know what the tally is. Dadgum pretty one. Thank you there, buddy. I don't know where we're at. I mean, I think we got, shoot, we might be pushing 20. Pretty sure we've got 20, to be honest with you. man, we have had some fun. Bananas do not affect the fishing. Complete myth. I've debunked it. Y'all have seen it. The myth is debunked. All right, y'all, we are about down to our last few casts. I was hoping to catch one more big one for y'all, and I'm not gonna sit here and act like I didn't have the opportunity, because I did. And for some reason, they came off. Bad luck? Or was it the banana? I'm gonna say just bad luck, because I've been losing some big ones here recently, and I haven't had any bananas anywhere near me. But as far as the fish catching goes, the bananas did not affect anything one bit. We absolutely crushed them on the frog. Crushed them. Let's take this bad boy. Let's get on back up the river, get this thing loaded in the truck, and get home.